into the systems of the business, right? Now, the business needs some customizations, enhancements, or they want an additional business requirement which is not part of your vanilla requirement. So, we use the concepts of an enhancement, right? And we add an extra code. We add an extra code so that we meet our client's requirement. So whenever we add an extra code to the standard SAP systems, we have to make sure that does not hamper your standard code. It should not impact your standard code, right? So what is an enhancement? Whenever we add an extra code to the standard SAP programs or software without modifying the current functionality, we called it as an enhancement. So each enhancement point is called as an exit point. We have something called as an enhancement points or spots. Each enhancement point is called as an exit point, right? We call it as an exit point. So wherever you can write an enhancement, we call it as an exit, right? What are the types of enhancements do we have now, right? We have user exits, customer exits, baddies, and enhancement spots. Clear? We have 4 different types of enhancements. Whenever you want to enhance the standard codes, you have 4 different types, right? User exits, customer exits, baddies, and enhancement spots. Now, let us go and see what exactly is user exits, right? These are basically subroutines. What is a subroutine?
Subroutine is a modernization technique
which is used locally in the program.
Yes.
Usually perform, form, and inform, right? These are the basically user exits are certain subroutines where we can write our custom code to enhance the application. Okay. Technically, these user exits are called as modifications, right? So whenever you write a custom code to enhance the application, we call them as modifications, right? To the SAP. We need SAP access key for user exits, right? That is why these are called as modifications. Now, whenever you change the standard code, system asks for an user key. Whenever your user key is given, that will be opened in edit mode, right? So whenever we use user exits, right, system asks for an SAP access key. So we modify the code. That is why these are called as modifications. And whenever you want to enhance certain things in sales and distribution model, this is only confined or particularly only for SD model, right? Whenever you want to enhance something in the SD related field, you find user exits. What do you find? You find the user exits, right? So these are only available in SD module. For all the other modules, user exits are not available. Whenever you want to enhance certain things, SAP NV45A, that is standard VA01 program, only in that case, user exits are available. The rest of all the cases, delivery, finance, right, production planning, warehouse, or whatsoever it is concerned, user exits will not be applicable. Okay, so each user exits will start with user exit underscore dash dash dash, right? Your custom name. It would be your custom name or whatever the name system is given. So example, perform user exit, form user exit, and form, right? So you have to have an access key. Now who will give you your access key? If you have to write an user exits or do certain modifications, you have to request an access key with your basis guy. Basis guy, upon approval, he will give you So that you have to tell him why do you need an access key, and you have to enhance it accordingly. You have to enhance it accordingly. Now, coming to the second type of enhancements, it is customer exit. What it is? Customer exit. These are Z include programs which are available inside a function module. Alright. So in a standard code, wherever you find certain function modules, if you find some programs with Z, then those programs are called as a customer exit. Each function module is called as a customer exit here. Are you there, Vikram?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Technically, for the user exits, we call them as the modifications. Why? We need an SAP access key to modify the or to change the or to add the custom code according to the business, right? So now these customer exits are technically called as an enhancements. Why we called as an enhancements? We are not disturbing the standard SAP code. We are trying to add an additional code without any access key. Without any access key, right? So we do not require any access key when you come across with the concept called as a customer exit, right? Now, where are customer exits available? Customer exits are available in all the modules, including SD as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, there are 4 different types of customer exits. There are 4 types of customer exits. So how many types of enhancements do we have? We have how many types of enhancements? User exits, customer exits. What is the next thing? Baddies and enhancement points, enhancement spots. Right? User exits use SAP access key, right? Where customer exits does not require SAP access keys. Now, sub of customer exits, there are 4 different types of customer exits. Function module exit, menu exit, screen exit, and field exit. Right? Field exits are absolute now. I'll tell you later why. Okay? Field exits are absolute now. Whenever you want to add additional codes, you make use of function module exit. Whenever you want additional logic requirement to be added in your standard SAP code so that enhance the business, then you write in function module exit, right? Whenever you want to add an additional menu option to an exit, then you will write a menu exit. Then you will write a menu exit. Now, if you want to add an additional screens, right? Whether it may be sub screen, total screen, or normal screen, or pop-up screen, whatever it is concerned, then you go and identify the screen exit. You go and identify the screen exit. Okay? If you want to add a field, you basically use field exit. But everything can be handled now in the function module exit. Clear till here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now let us see one by one. Let us see one by one. Alright. Function module exit. This exit is used whenever we want to write custom code to enhance the standard SAP applications. Each function module exit will have a predefined signature. Right? What is a signature here? Importing and exporting parameters. So whenever you are trying to identify the customer exits, each function module will have its corresponding signatures. Now, whenever I'm debugging a standard SAP code, assume that I find 5 different customer exits, right? Or five different function module exit. inside a customer exit. Now, where do I have to write my code so that it will get triggered correctly? How do I decide as a technical consultant based upon the signatures? Based upon the signatures. Okay. So signature is nothing but your importing and exporting parameters. So based upon the importing and exporting parameters, we write the custom code in the source code of the Z include, and we try to check the requirement whether it is suiting or not. If it is not suiting, then you have to identify one more customer exit based upon the importing parameter, based upon the importing parameters, right? Each function module will have a Z include. So inside the function module, if you go to the source code of the customer exit, right, you will have a Z include, right, which starts with Z and then include underscore 001 or whatsoever. You double click and create a Z include, and you will write your above code. Now, what is the exit? Where do I find that exit? I will tell you. Now, remember this point as well. Each function module exit will start with exit underscore corresponding name underscore 001. Okay. So this is the notation. So how does the function module exit starts with? It starts with exit underscore name. This is not custom name, standard name. So if there is an exit of sales data, if there is an exit of sales data header, so that data name will be given here underscore 001. You have to find the exit and identify the Z include and add that, create a Z include and add your code there. Next thing is menu exit. This exit is used to add custom menus to the standard menu bar. If you want to add a custom menu to a standard menu bar, then we make use of what? Menu exits. We make use of menu exits. Each menu exit is identified by a symbol called as a plus symbol, addition symbol. How do you identify whether you can add a menu exit to the corresponding standard menu? Add an additional menu exit is by identifying by a addition symbol. Double click on the addition symbol and create the custom menu. So how do you create your custom menu? You double click on the plus symbol.
Okay.
So each menu exit is associated to a function module exit. You have created a menu exit which is correct by double click. Now you have to make sure that that menu is triggered with certain logic, right? You cannot just add a menu. You have to make sure that whenever user checks on that menu field, right, on menu option of that particular field, if there are 3 fields inside one more custom menu, if he selects one menu field, something should behave. Second menu field, something should behave, right? So in that case, you have to handle that code. So that is what it says. Each menu exit should basically link to a function module exit. Should have a function module exit. Why do we need to have function module exit? To add the above coding for the custom menu options. To add a above coding for the custom menu option, so that whenever the user selects whatsoever it is concerned, right, that data is flowed correctly, right? A menu exit is used to add custom menu, and function module exit is used to add the above logic for the corresponding menu exit. You are clear, right?
Yeah.
Screen exit. What is a screen exit? This exit is used to add what? Custom SAP strings to the standard SAP screen, right? This is also similar. Every screen exit will be linked to a function module exit. Screen exit, you will create a screen, and corresponding function module exit, you will write the corresponding logic for that custom screen. Now, all the screen exits will be of type subscreen. What is a subscreen? Subscreen is something like uh, whenever you have one main screen, for example, and you have another small screen associated inside that main screen, then we call those screens as a subscreen, right? Now, if you take VS01 transaction code data displaying the complete screen as the main screen, header part is one subscreen, and wherever you are entering your item part, that is one more subscreen, right? So, if you want to add one more subscreen in your standard transaction code, you will make use of what? Screen exit. Screen exit, right? Each subscreen is identified by the screen number. Each subscreen is identified by a screen number. Double click on the screen number and create a screen of type subscreen. Screen of type subscreen. Field exits. This exist is used to change the standard field labels of input fields on SAP screens. These are obsolete in SAP. These are obsolete in SAP. We do not use anything called as a field exist now. We move to SAP S4HANA. We do not even use this. S4HANA is completely removed. Right? No. Now, the very important thing is, right, whenever you want to make use of a customer exit, you have to understand a concept called as a project. You have to understand concept called as a project. If you create a project, then only you will be in a position to make use of this customer exits, right? Like function module exit or menu exit, screen exit, right? If you want to make use of them, you have to understand something called as a project. Why we have to understand project? If we do not understand project, or if we could not create a project, you cannot use customer exit. You cannot use customer exit. Now let us see what is this project all about. Let us see what is this project all about. Okay. A project is a group of enhancements. What is a project? It is a group of enhancements. Each enhancement is a group of exits. Now, what is a project? Project consists of group of enhancements. It consists of all enhancements which are grouped accordingly or segregated to it. Right? Now, each enhancement group is a group of exits. Now, each enhancements will have group of exits. Now, all the sales enhancements, all the finance enhancements, all the material master enhancements, all are grouped, right, inside a project. Now, inside each group will have hundreds of exits in it. Like, what are the exits? We have three things: function, screen exits, and menu exits. So what is the next statement which I have written here? A project must be created so that the enhancements which are available under a project will move into an active state, and then our coding will be executed. Until and unless you create a project, even though if you identify a customer exit, whatever it is, it may be a function module exit, screen exit, or menu exit, even if you write the code by creating a Z include, if you do not create a project, system will not activate your code and your piece of code will not be triggered. So you have to, first step, thumb rule, whenever you use customer exits is, you have to create a project, right? So that the enhancement which is available under the project will move into an active state, and then our coding will be executed. Clear? Right? So look at this. So project consists of group of what? Enhancements. Right? Enhancement 1, enhancement 2, enhancement 3, enhancement 4, so on and so forth. Right? Now each enhancements will have consist of group of exits. What it is? Function module exit, menu exit, screen exit, or whatsoever. Right? Now, a project is a group of enhancements, but each enhancement cannot be linked to more than one project. So if you go drill down, this these three certain function module exits, sales function module exits will always should be grouped to only one particular enhancement, right? So that is what it is. Project is a group of enhancement, but each enhancement cannot be linked to more than one project. So all will be linked to only one project. You cannot create multiple projects. Okay. So how do we create a project using the transaction code called as a CMOD, change modification. CMOD is nothing but change modification. First thing is you have to create a project. You create a project using a transaction code called as a CMOD. What it is? CMOD. Now, how do I search an enhancements inside a project is using a transaction code called as an SMOD. Using a transaction code called as an SMOD. So this is the transaction used for searching the enhancement exits. You have to identify the exits. So earlier we have seen we will have exits such as exit underscore name underscore 001. Once you create a project and search the exits, you will have a list of exits displayed in your SMOD transaction. So you have to identify the transaction exit and you go to the function module exit and you have to write the code. You have to write the code. Searching for enhancements or exits. Searching for enhancements or exits. Right? Basically, how do you identify a exit? Right? Using call customer function. The first, how do you identify a exit? Customer exit. Right? First approach is using call customer function. If you use call customer function, you will identify the exit. Now, I will log into the system. I will log into the system. The system not working. Are you there, Vikram?
Yes.
Right. So, VA03 is a standard transaction code. Is a standard transaction code. So, how do I find the customer exit? Now, first is if you want to know any program of the transaction code, whether it may be a customer standard, go to a transaction code called as an SC93 and give the transaction code here. Right? Whenever you give the transaction code, the corresponding program name which is triggering this transaction code will be given back to us. Right? If I click on display, what is the program? It is SAP MV45A. SAP MV45A. Now I will go and open the program. Where will I open in standard program? Now I want to search what are the customer exits available in this program to enhance my program. So what is the first approach? It is using a call customer function. Using call customer function. How do I identify it? How do I identify it? Okay. What is it? Why it is very slow today? So I will see the steps here. How do you identify using call customer function? Go to SC93, give the transaction code name. Assume that XT01 is a customer master. Okay. Where you maintain your customer entrance, like V01 or whatever the transaction code, go to SC93 and give the transaction code and click on display and double click on the program name or copy the program name and open it in your SC38 editor. Now, on the global find, write a keyword called as a call customer in the program. In the sorry, I clicked on it. Yeah, in the main program, right?
What is the difference between in program and main program?
Right? Main program is, now what happens is, for example, assume that to tell you clearly what is in main program and in program, right? Now, in program means only in this particular SAP MV45A system will check it. Now, if I include in the main program, maybe this SAP 45A consists of other programs as well. You're calling some other programs from this SC38 editor. And this SAP MV45A may be called from a different program. So we may have multiple combinations. So in such a case, if you want to identify all your customer exits, so we do not know to which program is the standard program linked to, or the standard program is calling other programs. We do not know. In such cases, if we want to identify the customer exits, we will say in main program. In main program. So we don't know whether this is the main program or this is being called from any other program, or this program is calling other programs as well. Then we don't know the link. We have to identify and check each and every line and identify the call customers. So why to waste our time? SAP has provided something called as an in program. If this is already there, if you want to search only in this particular program, it will search for you. No, if I want to search an entire program which are linked to this program, or this program is linked to some other program, you make use of this in main program. In main program, right? This is slow. It will take time, maybe, right? So you have to select the radio button in main program. Whenever you press enter, you will see something called like this: call customer function 001. Right? You will see with an exporting parameters or table parameters or importing parameters or whatever it is. So these are your customer exits. These are your customer exits. Now, based upon the requirements, you have to make use of the customer exits and do the enhancements. Now, double click on the main program name and continue until the call customer functions are displayed. Call customer functions are displayed. I'll show you once the system is up. So this is how one way of you identifying the call customer functions. So what was the second approach? Using Using SMOD. Yes, mod. Using SMOD transaction code. Using SMOD transaction code. Right? Now, so see here. Now double click on the 001, the function module exit will be displayed. Check the signature. If it is suitable, write the above code inside its program. Okay. Now, what is the second way of checking it? So see here. Are you seeing the call customer functions?
Yes.
Are you seeing the call customer functions? Now, I will double click on the call customer function, right? This is the customer exit.
So in that
This
we
is
are having 3-4 call customer, yeah. So which one we select? First one or second one?
Based upon the requirement. No, I don't know if there is some logic which is given, additional logic. I have to see which call customer suits me well. Which call customer suits me well. I don't know whether this call customer, based upon how do you identify, that is what I told, based upon your parameters, signatures, that is your importing, exporting, or whatever it is. Now, for example, if I show you this, if I double click on this, now it is not giving you anything. It is not giving you anything. So why? It is starting with 9001. So basically, there would be something which starts with, here it is, call customer function 001. it should start with 00. It should start with 00. Okay, let this come and show you. So another way of identifying your customer functions is using your smart transaction code, right? Using your smart transaction code. So there are three steps that you have to follow. The first step would be whenever you're trying with an approach of smart transaction code, you have to basically identify the corresponding program package. Which package the program is stored in, you have to know if you're trying to identify the customer exits using SMOD transaction code. So where do you find the package name? Right? You can see it here on this particular button or system, and you will have something called as a system instructor. Right, package where you identify the package name. Right now, go to the transaction called as an enhancement small and find the enhancements using the package name, because whenever you go to the which means you're getting all the enhancements by the package name. Whenever you give the package name, this SMO transaction will give you in return what are all the enhancements, customer exits which are available with the package name, right? You can identify all your enhancements using your package name. The other step is sometimes you can find the enhancements using the description application components also in the smart transaction. Now we don't know. So based upon the descriptions or components which are available in your transaction, smart transaction code, you can identify your customer exit. So to be honest, it is only two steps. It is only two steps. You have to identify the package name, give the package name, go to the transaction code SMOD, give package name, you will get all your list of enhancements, right? In detail, right? SE93, click on display. Now down the package name is FBD. You will find the package name. Go to SMOD transaction code, click on utilities, find a pop-up will be displayed. Give the package name, execute. The list of enhancements will be displayed. List of enhancement will be. Double click on any of the enhancement, you will find the list of function module. Screen exits or menu exits will be available. The other approach is using a transaction code called as an SC84. System is track my SC84 transaction code. It is using SC84 transaction code. Now let me open, at least try to open the other thing. Now see here, when I double click on this, what is that you are seeing? A Z include. A include which is starting with a Z name. If I feel that this is the right customer exit, how do I identify? I will say, okay, based upon my requirement, if I can pass the values here, the system, I can handle the logic inside this so that the business requirement is met. So based upon my importing or exporting parameters, I will basically identify the fields. I will basically identify, yes, this is the right customer exit, and I will write my code inside this include. I can write my code here. If it is a Z include, I can edit and write my code here. If that is so, then I can add an additional logic or additional business functionality to the standard, right? So first way is this. Now second way, how do you do this? Is on the standard program.
Yes, 93.
What happened to this? Is very slow today. Yes, VA03, right? I can see it here. I can see the program name here, right? I can see the program name here. I will go to system status. Come on, buddy. Is the system slow from morning? Vikram?
Morning, in the afternoon it was.
So I will only explain till the customer exit and user exit for today, and we will try to do certain examples on this. Then only I will go with the baddie, because or else you will get confused. What is baddie again, right? We will work on certain requirements of function model exit, menu exit, and screen exit. How do we add it? Then once we are done with that, then I will go with the next thing called as an using using baddies. Okay. User exit I cannot show you because we need to have a SAP license. It
Mhm.
is like your standard program and identifying the position. Okay, this is a place where we can write. You will find the user exits inside a perform, but you need to have an access. User exits I will not tell you. I will tell you about the customer exit.
You will now hear beeps until someone else joins the conference.
You already started.
Yeah, Vikram.
Already
This
started.
is last. Please tell me I'm in a flow and I have to repeat it again.
I thought you knew that again the meeting will over.
I asked you to tell me, right? Before meeting is getting over.
I need to check it out. Yeah, every 40 minutes it goes.
Hello.
Yes,
So we will. So till where did you see?
till we,
SC93 trans.
yeah, we were looking for the T code you gave, and then you're finding the package.
Mod. I will go and click on utilities and give the package name here. I will give the package name. I will not give any exit name or whatever. I will just give the package name and click on execute. When I click on execute, it will give me the total number of exits which are available under this package. Now, based upon the description and its signature, I will assume that I want to do certain logic when there is a predefined sold to party in the sales document. So assume that this was my exit. Then I will go here. I will go to this exit. It will show me the function module exit. I will check my importing parameters and exporting parameters whether I can pass and I get the value. Then I will go to the source code and I will double click on the input, right? And I will write my logic here. I will write my logic here. That's it. That is how you identify using customer exits using the second approach. Now, what is the third approach? It is using
It is re.
transaction SC84. I never use this. Generally, if you ask me in person, I will make use of the first or the second. Right? So you have something called as an enhancements folder here. You open it, you open the customer
Enhancement.
enhancement and you click the package name. So it will open you the same package. It will open you the same thing and you execute it. It will give you the list of transactions. It is both one and the same. Only is another way of getting the enhancement. Finding enhancements for an exit, right? If we use call customer to search for an exit, we directly get an exit without enhancement name. We directly get an exit without using enhancement. I'll tell you an exit rate later, but just try to understand this. If we use call customer, so if you type call customer to search for an any exit, we directly get M exit without exit name, without any enhancements name. But ID, we use SMOD, we get enhancements and then we get exit. But if it is not ID, but if we use SMOD, we get the enhancements and then we get the exits. Right? Now, what is that they are trying to see here is, this is your exit table, which is showing which exits do I use. A project consists of an exit, and each exit consists of different enhancement. Sorry, consistent enhancement, and each enhancement will have your exits. Right? Now, if you see here, this is one enhancement, and this enhancement consists of function module exits, screen exits, or menu exits, whatever it is there, right? So what it says is, in call customer, whenever you find to try, you will directly get an exit there. Now, if you do a call customer, whenever you double click on the call customer 001 in the program, it was directly leading you to the exit directly. It was showing you this screen directly. You don't know this screen is available in which and where. You don't know where is this available. I mean, that Z include is getting shown, right? You don't know where is this exit available. So you have to again identify its corresponding enhancement. You have to find its corresponding enhancement, right? So in such a case, but if you try to use SMOD, you'll get the enhancement and you'll then get the exits. Embody SAP is a table which will give the enhancement name for the exit. So what is the table? The table is mod SAP. The table is mod SAP. The table is mod SAP. memory except is a table which gives a corresponding enhancement for an exit. Right? Now, mode exit. Now, what will I do is I will go and open one instead using the smart transaction. This is in case. Okay, I will show you. This is taking time, right? Right. So, SAP MB 45 display. Are you getting me, Vikram? Yes
Yes.
or no? Now I want to find something called the all customer in the main program. I want to find the all customer. Okay. So what is that you're doing in office these days?
Some other activities like being some content support work, creating on report and all.
What kind of support?
Like a report, working with the web report and all.
Mhm. So you are able to handle those?
Yeah.
Good.
What you are to show in this program?
I'll show you. Just give me 2 minutes. Let that get open. So if I'm trying to identify a call customer using the first approach, not using the smart
In that you will be
transaction
getting
code,
the name exit underscore standards SAP program
right?
name and the number.
I create a project, I have to do the enhancement,
Hmm.
right? Without knowing the enhancement, I cannot create the project. So when I directly get the exit, now I have to know this exit belongs to which enhancement. So to know that, I have to go and use a table called a mod SAP table and give the exit name. Then that corresponding enhancement will be displayed so that you can go and create your project. That is what. So you understood this, right? So for
Hmm.
example, so this is the exit. This is the exit I wanted to use. So that is it all about Vikram. So it is not getting slow. So you'll get that exit name. Now just take this exit name. You don't know which this exit belong to which enhancement. Right? Go to your give the exit name here and execute it. Sorry, my bad. Give it in the enhancement here. Execute it and execute it. You will get the enhancement. So which enhancement it is? It is in V45. Now you can go and create your project, right? That is it all about. Now the next thing is how to identify your user exits, right? So go to the transaction code. User exits are only specific to SD module. So SD is nothing but your sales and distribute. Go to the system status. That is what it says. System status, a pop-up will be displayed. Double click on the program name. So that will again lead to your this screen only. Very slow. Irritating. So if you double click there, it will lead you to check only 45A only. So I click here. Right? You write something called as a user exit. If you write user exit, if you hit enter, you will find like this: perform user exit, perform user exit. Whenever you double click on that perform, form and form will be open. You have to analyze. Okay, this would be my right perform or whatever it is. Then you can ask for an access key and you can use it. User exit. Oh shit! In the main program, this is what every time I forget. So that is how it is. That is how it is. So in tomorrow's session, we will see an example. So, okay, this is fine. This I cannot tell you much on the exit, but we will see on both detailed on function module exit using SMOD, menu exit, and screen exit. I'll
Let's
show
complete
an example.
this baddie if you are free, so that we can complete tomorrow the practice part only. That's what I was saying.
No. Everything cannot be completed. We will talk on badges again later because we have so much things. I cannot tell you right now. Okay. We will continue this tomorrow. So you will see the examples. Then once this is done, when you are good with it, then we
Can I
will
share
go
my
with the
screen?
badge.
I am having the server, the other one,
For what?
for to do the some. As the system is slow, that's the reason I'm. Shall I show the other?
No, if you click on user exits, you will see that perform underscore user exit. If you double click it, you have to identify and get the access key. That is it. I'm just stopping. You just check yourself whenever you have some time. That's it. Okay. That is it all about. We will see the rest of it. Okay. So any other questions?
No, the question is not there, but there is a project like I may need to move next week's the client and so that's the one thing. New update.
Okay. Cool. Then we start working. Yeah. Good. So next week, is it?
Sorry.
From next month, you are moving to the new the project at the client's place.
Yeah, something like that. I started right now till now for the update.
Okay.
Let's.
Okay. Fine.
So, are you working remotely today?
No, I'm working from office. I have to leave now. In 1 hour. Okay. Hello. Thanks, Vikram. We'll meet tomorrow, same time.